So, what are the main challenges for retailers in this time of crisis?
I think it's worth all of us trying to think what they are and sharing our views. I'm not sure I have the truth, but for sure, the first challenge is understanding more about macroeconomics and not thinking only about the inside of your company and the microeconomics. So the understanding as soon as possible of what is happening with the health of banks, with the health of countries, with exchange rates and their relative movements, with speculative flows and the mechanism of fear as it spills over into the real economy with unemployment and with the reduction of consumption, and what this means for your company. If you are quick in understanding this, you can early take decisions about what you want to do. And this means to take precautions with your credit lines, to renegotiate with what banks you want to work with, to be careful to delay capital expenditure and big projects which you can push into the future. The sooner you realize this, the earlier you are able to take your precautions and to be ready for the crisis that's coming. So this is a little bit like watching the weather forecast every day.
And in your opinion, how does the consumer behavior changes in this time of crisis, and how can we adapt to that?
I think if you look at past recessions, or if as a manager you have an experience of a previous recession, this is very helpful for you to remember what happened and what you did to adapt, and what worked and what did not work. And generally speaking, you can say that consumers will stop buying big ticket items like new cars, but also in general retailing, it's fair to say that the consumer will reduce spending on the alcohol and cigarettes. For example, in Poland, in cigarette volumes, we are down 20%, and this is a market which is not in the worst situation of Europe. And so the consumer will tend to look for lower cost outlets to do shopping in, and will look maybe for more private label products. So if you are in the retail or wholesale business, you need to go category by category and think, what am I doing? Should I look more to the low end? Do I have opportunities to develop more private label solutions? And of course, regarding trade conditions, you must defend your trade conditions at any cost, because this is the time for you maybe to definitely protect your profits, and if you can, try to gain market share. It's an explicit choice you must make.
You're the strategic director of Eurocash, and I have to ask you this question. Are you going to continue this strategy of acquisition in the future?
Well, first I have to pay tribute to Luis Amaral, who is the majority shareholder of Eurocash and who leads a small group of partners ever since the management buyout in 2003. Luis has taken the group from 1.3 billion to 6.5 billion zlotys. We have no debt. We generate cash. We don't need banks to do what we do. Luis has been very prudent in his stewardship of our balance sheet, and we have resisted making acquisitions at times such as 2007, when valuations were much too expensive. We make selective acquisitions which belong to a long-term plan that we have to build a group which is present in all wholesale segments where there is a need for a wholesale partner, where maybe we have no multinational competing with us, and where we can capture good segment shares, where the sum of the parts gives us the purchasing power to face the competition of the modern trade. So the answer is yes, when valuations come back down like now, and because we generate cash, we are in a position to take advantage while other competitors are in a weak position. So we will on occasion take advantage of opportunities that present themselves. We are equally focused on organic growth of our own businesses, and it is the combination which is allowing us to build a bigger, stronger business in a very fragmented sector where even Eurocash, which is the leader of FMCG wholesale, still only has 8.5% market share. So we can still do a lot more to consolidate this sector as it concentrates around fewer, stronger players.